Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be unboxing River of Gold from Office Dog. I think it's set in the Legend of the Five Rings world. I've never played that game, so I don't know anything about it, but yeah, I'm pretty confident. The first time I saw this was last year at Gen Con. I saw it was like in a display. It wasn't for sale or anything. I don't even know if they were demoing anything with it. I was like, oh, that looks really, really good. I really love the look of that cover. And yeah, just the look of it in general. I'm like, I'm interested in seeing that one when it comes out. And actually, this one's on Board Game Arena, and I've gotten the chance to play it. And it was really, really good. It was so good that I'm like, oh, I got to get myself a copy of this one. Just because it played so well, and then the production looked really great. There's definitely a little shine on there. You can't really see it, but yeah, it's kind of even on all this river. So this box is just as cool as I remember it. Not sure what this is. Maybe a little Legend of the Five Rings lore. And the rule book here. Which, if I remember right, the rules were pretty easy to follow. I've read this one on Board Game Arena. And then we've got different clans here, and then you got kind of some different the different things on here. It's definitely different having it in hand versus on Board Game Arena, but yeah, this is actually feels like it has like a, I don't know, a texture on it, a little bit of texture. So yeah, the different clans all look really cool. Looks like it has a little description on them as well. And we got coins here. Depending on how Michaela likes this one, might eventually look to upgrade some of these tokens in the game. These definitely still look really good, still look fine for cardboard pieces, but just with, I don't know, the quality of the game, I always like metal pieces in the game if I can get them, or upgraded pieces. And yeah, a lot of nice artwork here, some nice symbology. Once you know how to kind of play the game, I feel like the symbology all makes a lot of sense. And as you can maybe, I don't know if you can see it, but the board even has some shine on it, and that's where I'm thinking, oh, if I could just upgrade this whole thing. If we've already got a shiny board, I mean, you can't have a coins be cardboard or whatnot. You gotta have some nice upgraded bits. But yeah, so it is a large board. Let's see if I can move the camera around a little bit so you can see a little bit of that. So yeah, this is the river itself, and it kind of shines. It's a little hard to show it, but yeah, now you can see it over there. It's a river that you're going to be going all the way down, and then you'll kind of restart from the top again, and getting some bonuses when you reach the bottom or go past the bottom. And then you stay in one of these spots and get all the stuff that are attached to it. So whatever would be on here and here and here and here right now, it's just those coin things. You'd get all of those as kind of a reward for landing in that space if you choose that action. And I just found that absolutely a lot of fun. And you can so build some different things here, and then if it's yours that is built there and an opponent kind of goes to that spot, or I believe even if you go to the spot, you get kind of whatever, there's those tiles that we saw, you get those bonuses as well. And yeah, it's just a very satisfying game. And yeah, it looks like everywhere they can kind of put it here, they got some shine on the board. So it's just a nice board. You've got all of these kind of tracks along the different symbols here that you're trying to work your way up. And I'm trying to remember, I believe it's one of those where you get so many points based off of placing at the end of the game, and I think it changes from game to game, the value on those ones. So you may have to adjust based on which ones are more valuable from game to game. It looks like we got a nice little insert here. Let's go back to what we got here. And it looks like we've got some wooden pieces. We got some mini discs here, and then some boats. Little pawn. All pretty solid wooden pieces. I believe, let's see, they are different. I will have to take them out. It does look like they're slightly unique, at least the bigger ones, and the smaller ones too. So the boats are unique on each of the colors, which is always a nice little thing. That, you know, they didn't have to do that, but it's always nice when it's like, you know, there's a little uniqueness there. So let's see, next one's here, a little bit of a navy or really dark blue. Well, that one looks very similar to the last one, although these look very different. And kind of the rest of those components all look pretty similar, and then we've got white. So yeah, more of those. But yeah, that's all really cool. The colors maybe aren't the most inspired, but I feel like with the board having that shine to it and stuff, and just I don't know, the quality of all that stuff, I'm like, okay, I think you need to keep these a little bit less like really crazy colors, because otherwise it kind of takes away from the rest of the aesthetic. And then these are dice. I believe it's 4 of the same dice. So you got all the different symbols on there, and those relate to all the different tracks as well. So the 1 will always be that, and 2 will always be that, and so on. So each player will have one of these, and that's the place where I think when I've heard people that haven't enjoyed it as much, I think it's mostly because of the kind of mitigation. I could see you getting unlucky in this game where you're just not rolling. There are mitigation things that you can do in the game, but I could see it's kind of like Castle of Burgundy. There's sometimes if you just get on a run of numbers you really don't need, that can kind of wear you down a little bit. And this one could have that. It's probably more likely to quite a bit more likely to have it than Castle of Burgundy. Then you got some of these nice little things there. And last but not least, I got this deck of cards. So this box is pretty cool. We'll see how it stores all the cardboard stuff, and whether or not the shapes we've got here are actually necessary, or if it's kind of a weird shape. Because sometimes that can kind of suck when it's they have it a certain way, and then it doesn't really hold everything how it should, and then you just have to end up taking that out anyway. Hoping that won't be the case, but only time will tell. But the time that I try to put everything into the box, that's when I'll be able to tell. But then another thing you can do is kind of get these different individuals, build them with the different resources or track. I don't remember what it's considered doing, but you're bringing them in. They all relate, or I think there's one from each of the different numbers, or one of each of the different types. I didn't describe that well. You can tell from the top there, you got 1 through 6, and they kind of all do different things. And I believe these would be your starting people. And some other things here, some player aids, which I love. I love that there's player aids, and I love that there appears to be 4 of them, so every player can have one. I love that in the games, and yeah, that's everything inside this box. I'm really excited to try this one. I'm really hoping Michaela will enjoy it as much as I did, so we can get this one to the table more often than not. But yeah, otherwise we will put up a first impression video alongside this, so you can go check that out if you want to hear our initial thoughts. But yeah, if you like this video, subscribe. We definitely appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up. But otherwise, we hope to see you on our next video, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.